Sleepy
Sleepy
voice.
voice.
You can't be sleepy. You've got to talk knitting and excitement.
Next time I finish the thing, it's exciting, so exciting.
Welcome to the Northern Knits Podcast. We are two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and talk whatever else just happened to wander across our brain on any given moment of any given day. It is episode 182, and if the gods are okay and the wind's blowing in the right direction, this should go relatively smoothly.
Oh, but when does that happen?
Never. Precisely 0 times. Something will go sideways. My name is Jocelyn. My co-host is
Diana.
Diana lives, works, and plays in Waterloo, Ontario, and I am currently visiting my parents for an extended stay out in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. We both normally hail from Manitoba, though Diana's made her move permanent. Mine is only temporary.
Well, it depends how permanent this requiring to be in a physical office is, because I'm officially unbound from such physical things as an office.
Yep. Well, it depends really on how the hubbies work. Stays bound or unbound. Yeah.
If it works out that we could both go full remote, then, moving back to all our friends and family would be kind of nice.
I mean, you still can't see us. But you can be in the same province as us.
We could be in the same time zone.
We could be in the same time zone. And one day, there won't be a pandemic. It won't last forever. I might be 40, but it won't last forever.
Won't last forever.
It only gives them a good healthy 3 years to figure it out. I feel like that's a decent timeline. Oh, and good news, my sister and her family do not have the plague.
Oh, that's good. Just
My
a regular cold?
home, just a regular old head cold the niece can't kick. So my sister is looking into doing distance learning. She didn't do too bad on distance learning last year. There's no way my brother-in-law can take that much time off work. Like if he has to do it every time she has to come home and get tested. He can't. His work literally cannot have him missing that much. Oh, I heard a Chris sneeze.
Yes, he's here playing video games.
You guys, poor guys, just piled on top of each other all the time.
It's the room where it happens.
Yep.
Throwing a Hamilton reference.
Sure. But there's your update. Everybody's healthy and fine. They just have a bad head cold. And my sister's not doing this again in 4 weeks when she comes home again because public school.
Yeah. Well, also it's cold season, so yeah.
So
I just seem to be allergic to the plants out here. I am not allergic to anything in Manitoba. I'm apparently allergic to some of the plants out here, just consistently since I've been here. So, that's great.
What you're saying is you no longer wish to live like I have to, and you'd like to come back to your carefree, non-allergen lifestyle.
I really would. It'd be nice.
I'm going to get so much sympathy from you when I feel like crap. You will now fully understand what I go through. Way better.
What have I just done? What is going on with what did I just do? I'm so confused. I'm starting a new project and podcasting at the same time. It's going great, everybody. It's fine. It's fine.
You're screwed.
I'm going to keep knitting on it anyway, just to have something to do with my hands. But I might have a weird knobbly Mobius strip at the end of this.
Oh, jeez. Well, I mean, if you do, there's Instagram fodder. And we'll have a fiber flub, which we haven't had in a coon's age.
Oh, that's true. We haven't needed an entire segment for a fiber flub in a very long time.
Just occurred to me, I did not stir the sugar into my decaf coffee. Shall we talk about what's in our cup while I stir my coffee with a knitting needle? I'm classy, folks. I'm not getting up. But the sugar don't mind me. Talk amongst yourselves.
I have some uncaffeinated birthday cake tea. It is rooibos tea with vanilla flavoring and sprinkles, which makes the tea, the sides of the cup all sorts of fun colors. The tea looks like a normal tea color, but the sprinkles like melt and then congeal on the sides of the cup. So there's like rainbow slime on the side of my cup. I'm really selling this to you guys, but it
Like,
tastes great.
sounds disgusting. Just makes rainbow slime on the side of your cup. Like,
Yeah, there's
that's
like
an appealing
when you
sales
finish the
point.
cup of tea, there's like some rainbow sludge on the side of your cup. But the tea tastes great. It's kind of a pain to clean out the cup after, but the tea tastes great.
So it's like my selling of the holiday eggnog I like to drink. I use all the words on the front of the box, which make it sound really unappealing.
Use all the marketing words that make it sound completely fake and not real eggnog at all, which I guess it isn't, because you can't really have vegan eggnog.
You really
I'm
can't,
thinking
and
about
I
it.
really can't have things with eggs. So
Wait, so what's it made out of? What is it actually made out of? Is it just like flavored soy milk or something? This has not occurred. No, it was coconut. It was coconut based.
Coconut based, yeah.
Okay. That makes me feel a little bit better. I'm like, wait, what have I been drinking?
But it won't stop you. That's the
No,
thing.
it won't. It's delicious.
Because it's tasty, so you're still gonna keep drinking it this winter, just like I'm going to. It's just we understand that what we're putting in our bodies is a lot of processed chemicals, and we're okay with that. I tried, because it's gonna be one of those tangential nights, folks. I hope you got a good cup of tea while I sit here sipping my decaf coffee, because I'm not allowed caffeine for a while. I tried fake turkey that gives yives whatever. The vegetarian, vegan, fake meat brands that you can find in the grocery stores in Canada here. I tried their fake turkey.
How was it?
Not dissimilar from actually pressed turkey rolls, which was both frightening and enlightening all at the same time. Not as good as real shaved turkey. It's not real shaved turkey. But if you're comparing it to like the pressed turkey you get in a tube that you can slice, like bologna, then
Okay,
yeah.
so it's like sandwich meat turkey.
Yeah, it's like sandwich meat turkey. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And in which case, yeah. I put on a mustard and I really didn't notice much of a difference. Not enough of a difference to care, really. I was like, yeah, no, this is turkey enough. It's fine.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I have managed to screw this up already.
Oh, you're knit and purling.
I know.
I knit and purl in a truck while it was moving.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's not a nice regular rib. It's like 4x1, but only sometimes.
What? Ugh.
Except for the spot in the middle where it's not.
Okay, cool. Weird cuff.
It's
a cute pattern.
Yeah.
So, in addition, I decided I couldn't just have one beverage tonight, so I also pulled out the Are You Guys Ready for All the Worlds? My super fancy Drink Up Witches wine glass that's plastic. I have the Silk Almond Dark Chocolate, which I believe is vegan friendly and gluten free. But you want, if you're looking for this one, you don't want the soy milk in the fridge. You want the milk on the shelf, and you want the dark chocolate, and you want it to have 120 calories. If you get the 90-calorie chocolate milks, they're a little watery. The 120 calories seems to be that fine line you can ride. You and I have had the 120 calories and the 90 calories. We both agree the 120 calorie one's better.
It is. Whatever they do with that one, it's better. It's more milk-like.
It's got a higher fat content. So, which is totally fine because you're not supposed to be drinking it as your only source of calcium anyway. It's supposed to be a snack.
So good.
It's quite tasty. So I'm thoroughly enjoying that. I had to go to the co-op today to pick up bread because we had stew last night, but I hadn't gone to get a loaf of my own bread, so we kind of demolished Daddy's loaf of bread on Friday. Whoopsies. So I went and bought more bread today. And decaf coffee so I could drink coffee again. So that's what's in my cup, and we know what's in your cup. I don't want to talk about my campfire cardigan anymore in cool threads because it feels like it's a sock at this point because I wear it all the time when it's not in the washer or dryer. It's in the dryer. So
I have a cool thread. It was cool enough to wear a sweater. Yeah.
Did you wear your fancy orange sweater?
I did. I wore my nice pumpkin spice colored flax with the charcoal cuffs. And went to a very empty patio and had a couple drinks, and it was really nice.
Oh, they've been discussing possibly, so the guy who owns the Amsterdam Tea Room.
Okay. Yeah.
Business in Winnipeg. We both love it. Has been trying to get the city of Winnipeg to open up the bylaw so he can keep his patio year round. Could you not just see me sitting out there in January having my cup of tea and my winter coat under a heat lamp? I'd be so comfortable. You can never get me onto a patio in the summer because I'm too hot. I don't eat, I don't drink. I'm quite sick and miserable. But middle of winter, fuck yeah, I'd use a patio.
Interesting.
Wouldn't
And
that
it
be
wouldn't
so
disrupt
cool?
anything either, the patio in front of that place.
No, because they're not on the front of the sidewalk where there's no space. They've got a little alcove sidewalk space. So you have perfectly accessible walking around them. I'd like to take photos and go, this is what an accessible friggin' patio system looks like. The rest of you wake up and do this. So, I mean, his location helps him out a lot for that. But I'm just like, wouldn't that be so cool? Most of the places couldn't do it because they just invade sidewalks. They just invade sidewalks.
Or even take over the roads in some places.
Yeah, they're a freaking public menace is what they are. Freaking public menace. So I have some very strong views on patios. But if your patio isn't literally the dick at the bar who won't leave you alone, like most of them are, I feel like you should. And I feel like you should be able to do that.
I
Let's make
didn't know
some bylaws.
I didn't know you couldn't have one in the winter. I just figured nobody did because there's only one
Apparently
of you.
You can't, because there's some laws about heat lamps and other things that are going on, and you definitely would want like a heat lamp
Oh, yeah.
radiating down. Like even I would want a heat lamp radiating down.
If
But
you're
wouldn't
sitting
that
still,
help
yeah.
out? Wouldn't that help out some of those businesses in the wintertime? Because we're still in a pandemic. We're still under heavy restrictions. It's still, we got to try to keep that 2 feet physical distance. It's just like this is what
Sell
it
it
is.
like a nice hotel?
I would, I would go. I would make you go. I would be like, yeah, you can get booze there. It's fine. Let's go. Like,
if you drink enough, you won't care that you're cold.
You won't care. If you need an extra layer, borrow it of mine. We'll be sitting. I'll be warm anyway. It'll be fine. Like, it's fine. just a photo of you and me. I'm sitting there in like my flat white sweater with my fingerless gloves on and my shawl around my neck. But you've got my coat, my hat on top of yours.
Like 6 layers of blankets, just like.
And all you see is the teacup.
a little puff of steam.
Yeah. So no, I didn't know they couldn't do it either. I just thought it wasn't a hip thing to do in Winnipeg, even though we love to claim we're hardy people and none of us go out in the winter.
Okay, but minus 40 is minus 40.
Minus 40 is still cold.
Nobody wants a patio at minus 40.
I won't go to a patio at minus 40. There is a lot of winter we have at minus 20. Minus 20 is perfectly acceptable to sit under a heat lamp, sheltered from the wind, and have a cup of tea.
I could see that. And if you market it like the Ice Hotel way, then yeah.
It'd be so cool. So cool. Whatever. It's all their tangents, guys. I'm sorry. I've been talking with my sister about pickling today. It's been a weird day. Weird day. Oh, I suppose we should talk about what we're working on, hey?
Probably.
Before I start a new row, shall I go first? I don't know how many projects. I don't write the notes.
I have 3, you have 4, I believe.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, so I go first twice and then we rotate? Sure. I don't know. This is how we make decisions, people. I have an FO. That's right. I finished a thing. And here you thought it would never happen again until next dash.
All right, let's have it. What's the finished thing?
I finish a lot in the summer. I feel like I get a break the first half of fall. I'm looking for my thingy that tells me how far I've knit. I finished my Sockhead Slouch Hat.
Looks so nice.
Here is one complete Sockhead Slouch Hat. Is currently inside out because I bound off and then called Diana to record. I had my Jack Skellington stitch marker, I believe from Ginger Snapback, on here. Don't quote me, I could be wrong. The yarn is a beautiful colorway from Daria of Cloud9 Fiberworks. It's called the Great Pumpkin, and it striped a little, so I get this kind of like zebra-y striping pattern going on.
That's so fun. I love that.
It's got really, really dark blacks and purples, and then a super gorgeous pumpkin and some greens and sparkles like nobody's freaking business.
So sparkly, I love it.
So sparkly.
I want one.
And I mean, it'll super go on my head over my headphones, right? Like,
absolutely.
That's a
look.
That's a
That's a
wide.
look. EWK.
Dopey. I'm like Dopey from the Dwarfs. So it is done. I can't put it on as a finished object because my headphones are on my head. I look ridiculous. I still need to wash and block it and weave in ends, but I have my Halloween thingy done.
Woo!
I also have enough left over yarn. I'm going to hold up the cake, which is kind of tiny at this point. But I think I'm going to rewind this by hand because, I mean, I left my ball winder and Swift at home. I'm not that crazy of a crafter. I limited myself to a tub. I literally brought a whole computer out here with me. I'm going to hand wind this, and I'm going to separate it into two, and I'm going to hold it double, and I might make myself another crocheted mask. So I'm going to have a sparkly Halloween crocheted mask, face mask.
Oh, and you can do the matchy-matchy thing.
Well, sure, but I was just thinking sparkly crochet Halloween mask. I hadn't got to the matchy-matchy part of that statement. Oops.
I'm a big fan of the matching your mask to the stuff, whatever else you're wearing trend.
Sure.
I like it.
My
I think
hat-
it looks
My
cool.
hat and my mask will match. The rest of me will not. Though it'll look really good when I get my 8-bit sweater done.
Yeah.
I could be all type of nerdy and match. There you go. So I have an FO. Is there a project page? No, guys, it's the Suckhead Slow Chat. If you can use Ravelry, you can find it on Ravelry. I don't know if you can it not on Ravelry. I have not looked into it. I have not looked into it. So who knows? But that's it. So we'll talk about the other thing that's never ending because we've been talking about it all of 2020. More squares! I'm working on a new color. It's a light blue. It's a different blue from the other blue. It's a new shade of blue. Are we tired of this yet? I said it was going to be a year long. I wasn't lying. It's not lying. It's going to take forever and a day. In the super sexy Ziploc seal bag, there are little squares. Little squares. They're 2.5 inches in case you're new and you don't know what I'm doing. Way earlier this spring, summer, like before my birthday, like February, January. My aunt, one of my aunts, commissioned me to make her a blanket, and I am making the blanket by making literally 1.5 million 2.5-inch squares, and then sewing each of these squares together in a diagonal pattern. Pattern looks great. I've started sewing sections of it together. This is the next section to go on. I have a lighter blue I have to do first, but it hasn't arrived yet because I've ordered it, so it's not here yet. So I'm making the squares in this next color I have to do. So that's 2 of mine done and out of the way and hooked onto my bed. Poor Mr. Chris, is he struggling today?
Yeah, we all are. The smoke in the air isn't helping either. I
Oh,
imagine
no.
that's having an effect, even though it's not, like, we can't even really tell, except the sunsets are a little bit of a weird color out here, but I suspect that's part of the problem.
We had a bit on Saturday, but Sunday and today have been pretty clear for us, so. No
Shall I talk about a
advisories
thing?
or anything. Please, your turn. I'd like to do some work.
I also have a finished object.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to hold this so that it is a pair of socks. Ta-da! Let's fit that in frame. Ta-da! There we go.
Professional podcaster, this one.
Absolutely. I even got the stripes to line up more or less, give or take a couple rows.
Oh, that's actually lined up really well.
I didn't even do that on purpose. It's not quite perfect, but
oh, you know what? By the time they're on feet, it'll look fine.
It's darn close, and I didn't even do that on purpose. That is sheer luck right there.
Horseshoes shoved in inappropriate places?
Yes.
Yeah.
So for the last time for a while, online Super Socky 4 Fatch. Online Super Sock in the forest color, the green self-striping. I don't know, it's green self-striping sock yarn. But it makes really fun socks that impress the non-knitters that one encounters in public in pre-pandemic times. And everybody thinks you're so amazing, and actually you're just knitting roundy, really boring, but everybody thinks you're amazing because all the colors. So I like self-striping yarn for exactly that reason. It makes you look so much more impressive.
I like self-striping yarn because you don't have to think about it. You can just do roundy, and it makes a pattern for you.
Yeah. Oh, and this is the Fish Lips Kiss Heel,
Ooh.
which is distinctly pointier on one sock than the other, but they both seem to fit just fine. Mr. Diana tried them on just before we recorded, and they apparently
good.
fit fine, so it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's
Maybe
fine.
one of his heels is pointier than the other. You don't know.
He does have very pointy heels.
Weird factoid. Okay, cool.
You stretch out on the couch and you cross your legs over, and it's like, ow, your heel is digging
pointy.
into my thigh. What is this? You're stabbing me.
Never had that problem.
Anyway, finished object. I finished a thing. 2 things? I don't know. I finished a pair of things.
You finished a pair of socks.
I finished a pair of things. So
Which is
those
important.
just I even wove in the ends, so like these are ready. These just need washed and they are good to go.
Everything fails about the end weaving stage for me.
I finished them, bound off, and I still had an hour of meeting to go and nothing else to work on, but my darning needle was at hand, so I had nothing else to do.
That's usually how it goes. Yeah. Sounds about right. All right. I suppose it is back to me. Do we want to save the 8-bit sweaters for last?
Sure.
She says questioningly. We could do them now. I'm indifferent.
Oh, either way, whatever you feel like doing.
All right. I am continuing to make progress on my Simple Hug. So we have more body. Guys, can you tell I'm working on a lot of stitches on a 8mm size needle? So we were way down here sometime, and the cloud blue skyline just kind of keeps growing. So I am one section from my armpit. Does that make sense, mathematically speaking, without revealing pattern? I'm in the last section before I split for my sleeves, is where I am. So once I get this done, I can split and work on front, then back, then front. I do have a bit of extra finishing work because they don't have a finished front edge, but I want a finished front edge. So I'm going to be picking up stitches all the way around and doing 2 inches of 2x2 rib because I want the finished edge. It's just my preferences. So I'm doing that, but I'm certainly not making longer sleeves. So I am creeping closer to finished. I did not bother to put a stitch marker or progress keeper in here because I just do section by section, but I've done a whole other 10 row section and a 4 and a 2 and a 6. You get the idea.
Big progress has been made.
Big progress has been made. So it's long enough now that when I split from my shoulders, it'll be under the keister.
That's a properly long sweater.
That is, and because it's cotton, it'll grow a little bit from there. So I should hit that top of my thigh like I want to. So properly long sweater. It is made out of, I don't know, scrap cotton yarn from my collection. It's literally scrap. It's cotton. That's all I can tell you. Some of them are handcrafted cotton because I remember the colorways. Some of them are not. Like I don't remember this colorway, which is the one I'm working through right now, but I know why I bought this ball in the first place because my mother's hot pads are here. I see this colorway when I pull food out of the microwave and I go, oh yeah, that's where I bought this for. Some of my balls are very badly wrapped and you'll hear thinking because they're more rectangular and package-like than circular. I don't know what I was doing.
That is a distinctly rectangular package of yarn.
But they sit in two of my mom's dinner dish bowls. That's right, I've stolen 2 now, not just 1, 2. Put my yarn in there. Brought 2 yarn bowls. I'm on vacation.
You know what? I have a yarn bowl, and I've been doing all of my knitting at this desk, and my yarn bowl's not in this room. It's in the living room. Okay,
that's just silly, because my yarn bowl lives where I do most of my work at home. I just did not bring my yarn bowl with me.
I keep thinking that I should go and get it and bring it in here, and it just never seems to make the migration.
Okay. Well, that means you're up next.
Oh no. Okay, well if I do these
Mid-row.
4 more stitches, Oops. Without dropping this stitch because I'm very close to the beginning and I don't want to have to undo it. I'm redoing my cast on because I've already done the cast on twice because I didn't do enough yarn the first time and I was very sad.
Oh, I tell you, the drama, the drama.
Trying to count stitches in a meeting surreptitiously while your video's on is that'll get the adrenaline going.
That's what they call a skill challenge check, is what that is.
Okay. Since I finished my socks, I can start a new project because the Patreon folks in our Discord were encouraging me to start a new project when I was like, I'm going to start this new thing, and I wound the yarn, and no, the needles I need are in the socks. Well, I guess I better finish my socks. So I finished
And we're
the
just
socks.
like, go buy new needles.
I'm like, I had 2 inches of sock left. I'm like, I will finish these socks before the needles will arrive. I can finish the sock sooner than I can buy new needles. Otherwise, I probably would have bought new needles.
Yep.
So I have been looking at this yarn in my see-through plastic tubs of yarn are like just here off screen, and I see them every day when I sit down for work, and right here in the corner, right about knee height, was the skein of yarn that's been in there for like 5 years. I got it and a pattern for fingerless mitts at the first Manitoba Fiber Festival. This is like pre us being friends, I think, because I went with my mom to that one. So this is probably the oldest project that I have yarn for.
Oh my gosh.
Fortunately, I still like both the pattern and the yarn.
Oh, jeez.
So the yarn is this. It's like a brown, purple, teal kind of burgundy thing going on.
That
I believe the colorway name is Lucy's Folly by Lulu's Folly from Evie Knits Yarns. That's YVIE Knits. No idea if she's still in business. This was a very long time ago.
I don't know.
Anyway, so that's happening, and I have this much progress because I just started it this afternoon after I finished my socks. Got like a whole 5-6 rows. It's
Give
great.
or take. Yep.
Such progress. Anyway, these are going to be some fingerless gloves that I need to find the picture for without showing the pattern on stream because it's a paid pattern. There we go. Fingerless gloves. Focus. There we go. Fingerless gloves with a thin cable thing going up. The
Detail.
Yeah, detail. A cable detail. Let's get that closer. There we go. So, I can read cable charts and cable without a cable needle, as I have now proven to myself. It would have been great if I'd like done this simple cable project before I engaged in the giant cable project that took me 4 years. Quite certain I bought that yarn after this yarn, as I throw it on the floor again for the 3rd time tonight. So, doing things in an order is, it's a thing.
I started my gaming hobby addiction with Warhammer.
Yeah, that's starting on not just hard mode, that's starting on God mode.
That's what they call diving in the deep end.
Trial by fire?
Pretty much, yeah. Yep.
And I'm keeping this whole project
games for an entirely different reason. Oh, yours! Black Widow bag.
Yeah, the Black Widow bag from Ginger Snap Hat.
Yeah, so excited.
It's got a cute little spider pulley progress keeper. I guess I could unclip this and like use this as my progress keeper, hey? Maybe I'll do that. I'm gonna leave it there so I don't lose it. Which means that the sock one that I had in here doesn't need to be in here. There. I know where things are. It's fine. I don't completely rearrange this desk twice a day because this is where I work for 8 hours and also where I relax after work in the evening.
You, my dear, need a bit of separation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or a better chair.
Oh no, I have a good chair. The chair that I'm in right now that you can't see because it's short is very ergonomic, and so it makes me have good posture every day, so I'm not like dying. But because it forces you to have good posture, it's kind of like standing for a long period of time where it still feels good to sit in a comfortable chair after.
Yep. Okay. That's fair. I like my ergonomic office computer chair, and I'd live in the thing if I could, but I don't have a problem with the posture issue. Mine is just, I find that comfortable. That's right, I find sitting up super, super straight comfortable. I'm weird.
I have a tendency to slouch when I'm thinking about stuff, and like 80% of my job is thinking about stuff. So
yeah. No slouching for Jocelyn. It's not my natural habitat or habit. All right, let's do 8-bit sweaters.
All right.
My balls of yarn are vastly different sizes because I'm staggering my starts of my new balls. So I have a dark gray ball and I have a cream colored ball. These are from Briggs & Little Yarns. They're sport weight. It's a wonderful toothy yarn. So happy. I'm making more stuff with Briggs & Little because I'm loving this yarn. And if I'm loving this yarn after doing 2 sleeves first, which you can see up in the corner, I have sleeves just stacked on top of my dad's stuff up there. And then in there, I've got squares, because squares, they're just taken over. I have an 8-bit sweater. I should turn my 8-bit sweater inside out so you guys can see the pattern.
Inside out relative to you.
Relative to me, I am knitting on a 5mm needle because that's what I needed to do to get gauge. That's right, 5mm of a sport weight yarn, people. I knit tight.
I'm using a 3.5.
I told you I was knitting tight. You say you're a tight knitter. Why don't you believe yourself?
Yeah, but like putting numbers on it is like, whoa.
There are 5mm Chowgoos. That's what I'm using to get gauge. Ask Asa. She helped me figure out if I was getting gauge.
That's a large difference.
So I am into Pac-Man. I'm actually a little over halfway done Pac-Man. So I'm still technically 2 clues behind because a clue came out on Sunday and today is Monday, but I'm very quickly eating that difference up. So last week I was at the bottom of whatchamacallit? Zelda Heart. Nope, Zelda Tricorn. So I did all
Zelda
of that.
Doodad.
Zelda Doodad. I did all of that because I want additional inchage so that mine is longer. I have extra rows of the grid work to do between each chart, so I have to do several more repeats than people who are not looking for additional. And then obviously if you wanted it shorter, you do fewer repeats. And then I'm well into my Pac-Man. I'm actually at the row where we start Pac-Man eyeballs.
Nice.
So I was going to beat Diana and also be done my Pac-Man and into my Mega Man. I got distracted and finished the Sockhead Slouch instead.
But finished object, so yeah.
Finished object, and it's one less thing on my needles. So, or a set of needles anyway. So this is going on. My body's being made at a 47-inch size, which will not go around the girls, but we are prepped. And I got tired of working the pattern in the space where I'm going to be cutting. So I've just gone to a stripe pattern. I can't be bothered anymore. And I have my steek prepped. So this bad boy will get finished. It will go home. If I'm going to be here longer than I initially think I am and the sweater's done, I'll do a crochet pickup so I can steek. Because you can do a crochet edge pickup and then steek. You can sew and steek. Those are the 2 big ones. I'll do a crochet one if I'm still here and I really, really, really want to cut my yarn. But if not, I'll go home and I'll do a small zigzag seam on each side. And then I'm cutting up the middle and I'm adding ribbing. So I'll be doing additional ribbing on the inside to make it a cardigan.
You're brave.
This whole thing is an experiment. I've never done color work. I've never steeked. I have every freaking day it's a new technique.
Learning is the spice of life. Learning lifelong.
Sure.
Learning. I'm sure there's some cute phrase.
You're going somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
going
this
on a
is the
trip.
side I normally see. This is the side I normally see, but that's because when I knit in the round, I am inside out. So my inside is inside, my outside's inside, and my inside's outside. So I have been working on that. A little difficult to do while we're recording, so I'm not doing it right now.
I don't know what it is about the sweater. I keep dropping notions on the floor, and they roll away, and then I lose them, and there it is. It's not roll over my own fingers. I keep dropping things on the floor with the sweater and then not being able to find them. I still can't find the stitch marker that I dropped a week and a half ago. We've both been looking for it. We can't find it.
It's not like you two to lose something like that.
I know exactly where I was standing when I dropped it. I heard it hit the floor. Neither of us can find it.
That D20 made a break for it.
It really did. I replaced it with
it's not unusual.
So.
It's not unusual for me to drop things and lose them for weeks. It's not unusual for me to put things down right out in the open and lose them for weeks.
True.
Let's be honest, people. Okay. Hey, my fingertips are almost not black from spray painting this weekend. I was running half gloves when I was finished. So I had like half a regular person palm and then black fingertips. I took the paint thinner to it. I got dealt with.
I have black fingernails too, but I put the nail polish there on purpose. Except now it's flaking off because it doesn't stay on my nails.
It's because you need spray can it on. It stays on great.
Yeah, I know, right? I was priming models the other day and like that stuff doesn't come off.
That's what nail polish should be made of. The stuff
really?
that comes out of spray cans. It stays forever.
No kidding.
Javers. All right. Are you ready? Oh, look at that finished Pac-Man.
Yeah, little ghosties with the little eyeballs. Their eyeballs are so cute. Like little ghosts. So freaking cute. So I guess I'm one clue behind.
One clue behind.
Yeah. I got to do a Mega Man, and the next clue is I don't know. I looked at it. I've forgotten. Oh, it's Boo from Mario.
Oh, that'll be cute. I'm excited. I'm excited for Mega Man. Mega Man, Astro Boy.
Yeah, I don't know. Astro Boy is the anime, right?
Yes.
Mega Man's the video game.
Mega Man's video game, yeah. But Mega Man and Astro Boy kind of pretty much look the same.
Basically, yeah. I have only seen screenshots of either. I have never played the game nor seen the show, so I am aware that these things exist.
Did both, so it's fine. So I'm super. That's a really fun chart, even though it's like 36 rows instead of 18.
Which one? Oh, the Pac-Man one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
Mega Man higher. Mega Man's a bigger chart up vertically. Because these two charts have only been 18 rows high. The next one I think is 36 high as well as 36 long.
Is it? Gosh.
Yeah. That's
I'm not catching up this week.
You gotta be working.
It's not happening unless I can magically work on it during meetings, which I absolutely cannot read. What do I keep dropping? Gosh darn it! I dropped the same thing again. I'm gonna just stop now.
Stop dropping it.
Stop dropping it. It rolls.
Yes. Weirdo.
Okay. That's it. That's what I'm working on. I'm throwing things on the floor in disgust. Got my being behind.
Are you gonna pick up your sleeves for your Comfort Fade Cardi so you can work on that this week?
Yes. That's gonna become my meeting knitting, I think, because I also don't think I can do a cable chart in meetings.
I think that might be a touch too looking down and not enough looking at screen.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I could be wrong.
A little bit.
But I'm gonna go with perhaps a touch too.
I learned that I have the German twisted cast on memorized and that I can do it without looking.
Holy Hannah. Because, like, I got to settle in. It takes me forever to do a German twisted cast on. It's a good cast on, but it takes me a long time to do one. Ugh. That's what I say to that. Ugh.
I think that's it for Woolly Workings.
It is. I gotta get some stuff finished. I gotta get my flat white picked up and worked on. I'm hoping to get the simple hug done, but it's a 36 chart high, 36 row high chart, plus an 18 row chart, plus the 6 rows I'm short. I might only get caught up on my 8-bit.
Yeah.
As it is, my finishing will take longer than everybody else's because everybody else will just be like weaving in ends and stuff, and I've got to steek to make a whole center
like
rib panel section.
Yeah, like a button band kind of thing, just without buttons. With buttons, without buttons.
I haven't decided yet, and since I'm nowhere near needing to worry about it, I haven't given it a ton of thought. But I'm going to finish the sweater up fully, like because you're going to do the rib collar part and then bind off. I'm going to do the whole thing, and then I'm going to steek it so that the ribbing on the front just does so it's going to have the ribbing down the straight front. So I only have to deal with one side at a time. Not like I'm going to have to do with the simple hug, which is both front flaps plus the collar and the back.
Gross.
Yeah.
That seems like a much more sane way of doing it.
So I'm doing that for sure. So we'll see how that goes. But I haven't decided if I want to do a button band or not do a button band. I don't know yet. If I end up deciding I really, really, really like it, like once I put it on and it's steeked before I do the ribbing in the front, if I super duper like it, that would be a fairly big band to get it to connect. So I probably won't. Because 47 to 52 is still some serious inchage.
Yeah.
Even though I do like to have things fairly form-fitted, it's still a big inchage difference. So we'll have to see. Likely not, though. I am going to put a secret pocket on the inside because all that color work just gives me a good place to grab and attach a secret pocket to.
I like this plan a very great deal.
Just some secret pockets on the inside for phones and keys and stuff.
Yeah.
That
sounds great.
Mm-hmm. But again, it means extra steps at finishing. So if I've got the extra yarn, I'll absolutely do it. So here's hoping. Why have it 2 layers thick when you could have it 4? No, I'll just plain knit those.
We'll just knit a lining for the sweater, and then it really is a coat.
No, that's not, no. I do not want to do that. But I will knit a couple of stock knit patches that I can hand sew to the inside of the sweater to make inside pockets.
That sounds much more reasonable.
Yes, it does. There is a line for my level of crazy. There's a line. I'm not knitting a sweater to knit the lining. No.
You'd be able to wear it out in January.
Oh my gosh. If it gets a lining, it'll be like a raw silk lining. It'll just be something very, very simple, very light, or a linen or something that I can attach in that doesn't add any additional weight, because it's going to be quite weighty, but would add a bit of extra structure and support. So, but even then I have to lay down the item, graft out the pattern, then take the grafted pattern and make a mock-up to make sure it fits, make small adjustments, then make it.
Yeah, that's way too much work.
Sound easy. It's a lot of work.
You just like slap in a lining, it's fine.
That's not how that works.
I've sewn 2 face masks. I'm an expert. 2 rectangular face masks. I'm an expert.
Sure.
I've watched a lot of YouTube.
Oh boy.
I know the terms for stuff.
That's a really good start. Some of us have been doing it for years and we're like, yeah, we couldn't tell you the terms. We just know what it is you got to do. Oh, that's what it is.
I theoretically know how to do like historical costuming. Theoretically.
And if you think modern clothes are a lot of steps.
Oh boy, yeah, that's my hand.
Uh-huh. That's a thing. But nope, that's it for my knitting. That's it for your knitting. So I suppose that just leaves wool gathering this week.
It does. And I believe all there is to say about that is the next Patreon e-knitting is on Sunday. Wow. Saturday, October the 24th. We usually record on Sundays, but it's not Sunday, it's Monday. But we visit with everybody on Google Meet on Saturday, October the 24th at 12 noon Manitoba time.
Yeah. Jenny's doing great, guys. She's worked all day.
Yeah. Shipping real work now.
Okay. Well, hey, you're doing the real stuff. That's what counts.
Woo. It's the digital equivalent of a dustpan in the corners and clearing out the corners of stuff, but it's something.
Everyone starts there. Everyone starts there.
Not about
that's how you prove your chops. Obviously. It's really not. No. So that's it. Because I don't have any books. Do you have any books?
I have no books. No new books anyway. I have the same books still.
Plowing through Critical Role episodes like it's my job, and super thoroughly enjoying them. Super. Which is just, now I just bug Diana and go, so why aren't you with me? Why haven't you caught up?
Because I can't watch Critical Role for 10 hours a day anymore.
Hey, you've gotten to Keg. Keg's in the next episode.
So close. I have
Keg is fun.
Less than an hour.
Fun. Yeah, Keg is fun. You will thoroughly enjoy the actor who plays the character Keg. She does a wonderful job, and it's quite funny. So it's good. And then because it's not long before Laura and Travis are back, post having baby.
Good.
So it won't be long. And then of course stuff. And I mean, well, I'm at the point now that Ashley, she's a lady who plays Yasha, isn't literally filming Blind Spot in New York over half the year because that TV show's wrapped. So you don't just get her on break when she's in California. She's back in California full time. So we finally get Yasha backstory because Yasha's around now.
Want Yasha backstory?
Good backstory. Got to get to it.
Everybody's got such good backstories. I'm gonna do the thumbnails for this week's episode, and then I'm gonna watch more.
Excellent, because I'm just in the middle of a Caleb Widowgast arc. Oh yeah, so good.
Okay.
So good.
Okay, we gotta sign off so I can go watch.
Okay, well that's fine. We will sign off because I will say until next week. I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.